You're tuning to Rollo on the Seven Talk. I'm your host, Rollo on the Seven Talk, coming at you with another live stream, live at the site. So I'm waiting on people to come on. Let's see if they come on right now. I told them about a couple of minutes. So I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is turn the camera off for now, play some music, waiting on people to come on and hit the link. So let's give it a few minutes for people to set themselves up to come on the live stream. The link is in the chat. So without further ado, let's play one song right now. You're tuned in to Rock 107 Talk. I'm your host, Rock 107 Talk. How you doing? Happy holidays. Say to you. With me is Millennia Jess, Junaya. Introduce yourselves, fellas.
What it do, family?
Hey, what's up?
It's really Junior, but I fuck with Rollo for saying Junaya, man. That shit funny as shit every time, nigga.
Man, I'm cracking up this morning, bro. This is the best live stream I've ever seen you on, Paulo. You really feeling it today, bro. It's a good day, man. It's actually really good out here in North Carolina. Sunny out. One
What's
second.
like up there in PA, Junaya?
Shit, last night was cold, but today, man, it's all right. You know, it's a little warmer, and shit, you already know the Liberace's out here doing their thing. They got their antler horns on. They got their Santa hat on. You feel me? Like crazy. What's up, man? Yeah, I don't celebrate Christmas, but thank you. Happy holiday, my boy. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so this person that I never seen you before, you have to show yourself. Gerard, you have to show yourself. Not you, you good. I see you. All right, man. All right, you good. What's happening, bro?
Hey.
What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man. What's happening, fam?
Sure, nothing much, man. Just chilling. Got the house to myself. Ain't nothing greater than
This
my
is Jay
peace.
the Revelator?
Huh?
This is you, Jay the Revelator?
Yeah, this me.
What's going on with you, partner?
Sure, just enjoying my time away, man. Just NC living now.
All right, so this is how we're gonna do. All right, now it's not as cold as yesterday, man. I know. What's going on, gentlemen? All right. Yes, okay. We're gonna do it one at a time. So Millennial just came on first. So you fellas could wait, mute yourselves. I know you got some questions for me, and I'm gonna answer it to the best of my ability. So Millennial just you first. Everybody else mute their mic. I would
All right.
appreciate that. All right, cool. Go
So
ahead, Millennial Jack.
how cold was the water when you got in it yesterday or 2 days ago when you went swimming?
So the water in Florida, they have it to whereas you could go in the water all year round, particularly the swimming pool. They have this thing that they use to warm the water up, and it's just as fun as it is sometimes in the summertime. So it's all year round, this indoor swimming pool and outdoor swimming pool. As you saw me in Orlando in the outdoor swimming pool, you're like, how the hell he got in that pool doing what he was doing? Because the water was warm. They take care of people here. So that's why all year round it'd be a lot of people coming down here, especially to Orlando or Miami.
Wow, I never heard of that. Like warming up the swimming pool. Every time we get
Yeah.
in it up here,
All year round, yeah.
every time we
Yep.
get up in here, it's you get in it, it's like an ice bath. They try to
No,
kill you up here.
Florida is the best place in America right now, hands down. Hands down. No other state is doing what Florida is doing. No other state.
And
See,
to be honest,
before you continue, Millennium Jazz, the reason why I know that, I wouldn't know that if I was staying in a house or an apartment. I know this because I'm staying in different hotels doing what I got to do to survive. You won't know that if you stay in the house in the confines of your place. You're only going to know that when you're a true traveler and you're really doing it. There's people doing it with families and non-families that be interacted with. Mostly it's Gentiles. Most of our people believe if you have a home, you have a place, you done your job. Oh, there's more to life than that. Adam had a home, but Adam kept searching for more than a home. Adam didn't stay in his home all the time. Adam was counting animals, giving animals names, traveling. Eve didn't find that attractive. Most ladies don't find a man attractive when he travels. I kept been saying this for a long, long time. And now I'm not talking about these travelers. What they doing is they thinking it's all about the woman. It's more to it than the woman. Even those women will turn on you once you start figuring out what's going on in the real traveling. When you do your real traveling, your elite traveling, everybody's going to dissipate from you, even the people that's close to your family. You're going to know your real household once you start traveling. Most of them have real enemies at the house. You have to face. That wanted to do more than religious talk. Christ wasn't talking that religious talk. He just said a few things here and there, point out certain things, and trying to get the people better. There's a better society than what you live in. That's what he came here for. The moment religious folks was jealous of him because he didn't come to do what they was doing.
No, I rock with that. It's like I actually can't. I couldn't do that, man. Like it's like what New Breed said as well. Like being on their shows for 12 hours talking about the scriptures and stuff. What about real stuff? Like what about applying that stuff? How about showing it through your action? How about trying to help the young generation figure that out too, by being an example, not just talking scripture for 12 hours. You know what I mean? I totally agree with that. Because it is right. These are really religious people are also the same people that, and again, I really don't have a lot of envy for those people that celebrate Christmas or nothing, but I prefer the people that celebrate Christmas and don't know about the Bible than the people that know about the Bible and celebrate Christmas. Because it seems like the people that, if they don't, they want truth, they usually ain't some overly religious Christian that, that's set in their ways, But I'm not as experienced as some people in that regard. So, but yeah, man, I'm glad you got to go swim the other day. That was pretty cool. That was a good clip too. But yeah, I could pass the mic on to Jay. my fellow North Carolina.
Salute, man.
Go ahead,
Salute.
man. Then you're not straight revelator.
Okay. Let's see.
All right, bro. So okay. You said that it's gonna be hard to find a place down there right now, right? What is the rent looking like? And I know like what is the cost of living looking like coming back into Florida? Because like I said, I live in different states. I live in Jersey, PA, GA, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in New York. So what is the cost of living in Florida right now?
The price of living is up. On average, if you're making about 30, 40, under 40,000, you may get something for like 800 to 1,000. That's what it's called, affordable housing. But they give it to certain people. You got to really be under 40,000 to get that. And if you do get it, it takes about a month or two to get it, especially around this time. Now, if you want to get a regular place, your credit has to be at least over 550 to 600 to have an opportunity. But what you do is if you come down here, you're going to be in a hotel for at least a month. Everybody that I know, because I work in the hotel industry, that's moving down here, stay in a hotel for a month. That builds up their credit. They may not have to more somebody that get into it. There's somebody that's doing about maybe about people if you don't know this is a place for you. You might even doing this inflation. You have to ask yourself the question. I'm not supporting it on YouTube, but that goes to the place. How do you deal with that money? So you guys give me, I give it. Can you hear me? Let me
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, I
it
can
was
hear you
breaking
now.
up real bad
Let me go
before
get
you
the
left.
passcode. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Y'all talk to each other. Let me go get this passcode.
yeah. Yo, I only heard about North Kakalaki one time in my life, and it was a song that Dipset made. It was called Bird Call, and J.R. Ryder was talking about that. That's the only time I ever heard of North Kakalaki. So what's going on over there, y'all?
Shoot, man, it's cold. I'm surprised as cold as it is right now. I'm like, it ain't no different from Detroit, bro. Because that's where I'm from, and it's like, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked how cold it is right now.
How far out are you from Winston? I'm
From
about I'm about like 20 miles out of Winston.
20 miles out of Winston.
Yeah.
So I'm about 45 minutes. I'm in Burlington.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm crazy right now. I'm actually sitting out in the sun and it's 28 degrees, but I don't feel no cold whatsoever. I feel the sun on me and it's like maybe it's because I'm crazy and I've just been sitting out like every day in the mornings. I try to read my Bible, and hell, man, if I could read one line or one chapter, it started off just going outside and I'd be cold, shivering. But I think maybe I'm used to it or something, or maybe I'm just like a crazy white guy who just like I don't know what's wrong with us, but we can do the cold for some reason.
I was just about to say that, like, you guys can go out in some good shorts and a t-shirt, sandals, and y'all be
Yeah,
good. We
yeah,
got to
for
That's
buckle
why
real.
up.
they say that and that's why they say like when you got like more melanin, the sun gives you energy. Like I sit in the sun, like when I was in Jordan and stuff. Like when I first went to Jordan,
Yep.
I came there like right after the summer, but how Georgia is, it's like working back here. Hold on, y'all.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? But what's up? How you doing? Yeah. So when I first went to Georgia, the way the summer goes, right? It go all the way until like the end of the year sometimes. You feel me? So um like it was still hot in like the off months. So when I was working at aluminum factory too.
Mm.
So when I would go, I'll be so damn tired because I'm not used to all that rigorous work. So I go sit out there and for like 30 minutes, the next half of the day, bro, I'm doing all kind of Superman, you know what I'm saying, type stuff. Like it was crazy, like So when that started happening and I'm coming into truth, all that, it was just like, wow, that's crazy. Like this is really true, like you know. So yeah, but
Yeah.
definitely, I think it has something to do with that, like the different skin type and stuff like that. You see, like we got a whole bunch of layers in the wintertime. You feel me? Like,
Yep.
and I'll see a Caucasian dude with a hoodie on going down the street. So I don't know. It's different. Like I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So for me, I also say it's a mental thing as far as that. Because I will tell you guys this. So a couple days ago, my girl had went grocery shopping at Aldi's, and she had groceries that was left over in the trunk.
Hey, fellas, I'm
I
back.
went,
Can y'all hear me?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me give a shout out to the OG Ringo TV reactions. What's going on, Ringo? What's going on? All right. Hold on, fellas. Let me get
Hey,
situated.
Ringo.
What's up, Ringo?
That's cold, man. I'm in Florida. You know how it is, man. You know what
Bro,
I'm
it'd be cool if
saying?
Ringo came on here.
Shout out to Ringo, man. All right. Millennial Jets, put your camera on, brother.
You sure, bro? I got my shirt off. I'm out in the
No,
sun. And I was just
don't do
telling them
that.
how
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no, no, don't do that. Don't do that, then. No, you good.
yeah, because I was telling them how I was a crazy white dude who could not be in the cold, and they're like, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. But it's because the sun's out today in North Carolina. And it's like, it's hot enough to if you sat in the sun, but it's not like if you get in the shade, it's like, it's game over.
What's going on, my friend? I'm going with a hole. I'm talking to this phone. What is going on today, man? Jeez. Let's get the thing straight out. It was all good when I did the recent live stream. Now all of a sudden they want to. It's like somebody messing with the phone, man. All right, I'm good now. All right, so what was the question again, Janaya? So I can answer your question. Junior, you there? I guess he's not there. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, go ahead, David Relator. You got a question for me. Go ahead, man.
Oh yeah. So how long ago did you move out to Florida, man?
Say that again.
How long ago did you move out to Florida?
I've been here for a while. I've been back for a while.
For
I
a
don't
while?
know what day I came back, but I've been back for a while, obviously.
Man, I can tell you look so much happier out in Florida, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's all the Lord's doing, man. I had to come back, man. I had to come back while study, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I had to come back because, the people show me a lot of love here, especially the Gentiles, man. More so. What they did for me towards the end. I had a big offer in New York. I didn't take it, man. I would have had 2 garages. I would have been in the 6-figure salary party, but definitely, I would have been up there because it was 2 big garages in downtown Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With all the Wall Street folks, where I used to work for Wall Street. So, like, I said, nah, guys, I'm going to Florida. Listen, okay. The guy that had the contract, he had it all set up the minute I got there because I used to run a valet business in Queens. Dealing with the Korea. What you call them people, man? That do like events, special events, catering. dealing with the catering folks, have parties and all that.
Uh-huh.
So I've been there, done that, man. But I said my life belongs to Florida because it changed my perspective on how they do business. Business here is big time, man. It's one of the most conservative places I ever lived in America. And I've been to Vegas, I stayed in Jersey with my ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it all, man. Houses, homes, you name it. But being in this hotel industry, and actually staying in the hotel for now, I see a lot more, man. I see a lot. It's a lot of people that have big businesses. They give homes to people, man. They don't even stay in their own home. Like I met this Gentile gentleman. He got a big house not too far from where I stay at in the hotel. He rented out for all year round while him and his family travel. We don't do that, man. Some of us is very selfish to our own detrimental. Master P talked about that. He's absolutely right. Like he gave homes to even his nagging ex-wife.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And he's traveling the world. Why are we not doing that?
Absolutely.
Right, man.
Big fact, big fact.
Absolutely. Our
And that's
people
what
are too
these
one-minded.
religious folks is telling you. These always religious folks is telling you to stay in one place. Did Christ tell you to stay in one place? Did he stay in one place? Did he have a home? Answer that question.
Nope, he didn't. He traveled abroad everywhere he needed to go.
The disciples had family, right?
Yep.
Did they not travel? All the religious folks tell you to stay in one place. All of them. All of them. I always tell you guys, do something. Go see the world, man. The world's your oyster. We're not supposed to be static. How are we going to get the word out? Yeah, the internet, everybody can see it, but there's not enough people watching the truth.
Yeah, the truth is not popular. That's all.
Hey, Rollo,
Go ahead.
did you go on the Jamaica trip earlier this year with New Breed?
No, I didn't go. I didn't have the money fully together. I moved to Florida at that time. We did the trip, the retreat.
You remember when we were talking about that? Remember when I came on the live and you were like, "Yeah, man, go pick up a job at the Sheets or do what you gotta do." And I was gonna go too, but I was just right there, man. I just didn't. I had just missed the mark, in my opinion. I didn't want to take that risk, but I felt like that would have been a great trip to go on because I know that the few people that went said it was definitely a good experience. But I've never been out there, so I didn't know if you
You
went.
still should go, man. You still should go. Listen, man, you got a car. Listen. I have 2 vehicles right now. One I'm renting out. Go to Churro, man. I'll give you the information later on. I put on this other gentleman. I told him he got 2 cars in New York. I said, hey, man, look, you're not using that other car. Your wife ain't using it. They're basically using the vehicle you paid off. So you got a new vehicle. You're doing pretty good for yourself up there. When I was working for the valet service, even though he was on one, he didn't want to share the money. But that's neither here nor there. You know how some of these folks are. They got their years in. You seen news, so they think that it's gonna bother you. It didn't bother me because I already know where I was going, so that didn't bother me that he was keeping some of the money. But still, I say, yo, you want that car to be paid off within a year? Rent it out.
That's some real stuff.
Our people don't want to make their lives easier. They want to make their lives hard.
Does that mean?
For who? For people that don't care about you?
Does that mean even sacrificing your car just to walk down to the gas station and work at the gas station while you rent out a car?
You can get another car if you rent your car right now. I guarantee you get a car within 2 weeks. Another car for yourself. 10,000, maybe about 4 or 5,000. I know a person that I rent a vehicle for in New York. Him and his brother and his uncle got 10 cars in a year. 10 cars rented out. They're already millionaires.
Wow, I had never thought about that.
I wonder if it works though, if it's as effective in a small town type of thing, which I don't doubt. I'm not casting my pearls before swine.
Here's the thing. I'm in Florida. I know people in Florida is making about 20, 30,000 a month just renting their vehicles. With their 4 or 5 vehicles. Think about it. They charging 71 a day. I'm charging 71 a day. And some of that goes to the maintenance fee and all that. But if you got 4 or 5 cars working for you and they people renting it for a week, 2 or 3 weeks, you might get about 10, 5, 6, 7,000 a week.
Do you recommend doing it even if you have one car and like sacrificing your one car just to walk
If
across the street?
if you're gonna do it with one car, like I did when I got here, I had one car, and then I decided to get another car and I rented out. Just make sure you have a second car on your way getting the second car. Put 2,000 down, get you a second car, and rent out your other car. Make that be your goal.
Yeah, I feel you. Are you careful who you rent it out to though? You don't just give to anybody, right?
Who you want. Yes, you can select who you want to give the car to. You do your background check on them. Absolutely. You're gonna know the person. The person has to show their photo of their ID, the driver's license, the back of the car. The company will do the investigation on it as well, and they will notify you if the person have prior incidents and all that other stuff, records, all that, stolen cars, all that information will be proceeded to you.
Okay, that's cool. I never thought of that, man. Thank you.
Turo is $1 billion company, man. Turo and Hire a Car is dealing with the car lots right now. I see them here in Florida too, like in Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami, Daytona Beach. Man, I've been to, when I rented a vehicle in Florida the first time I got down here, I went to the guy's mansion. He got about 4 or 5 cars lying out there. Everybody got their car, and he was talking to me. He said, yo, you need to get your own vehicle. When you get situated, get your own vehicle, my man, and start renting out vehicles. He said he don't have to touch nothing. His house was almost paid off by just people renting cars.
Rollo, you want me to put you on to something I heard too about Florida? I heard this is a really great side hustle or a real hustle down in Florida. If you close swimming pools, at the end of summer, you close swimming pools. People are making a lot of money doing that. It's real easy, I heard, but you have to kind of know what you're doing too. But you close swimming pools for people's houses and stuff. And then even in the winter, if you wanted to come back up to the north, you could you could wrap people's furniture. I heard that's a good thing too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of people renting out their homes right now making money, especially near the beach where I work at. Okay? You got college kids, you got families, people renting out their homes, while they traveling to another country having a good time. To me, the so-called black folks down here, they on it, man. They do a gardening, they cutting grass. They got like 2, 3 trucks. They ladies is taking care of the home for the most part. They traveling. Listen, I'm not too far from Jamaica. I'm not too far from Colombia, Brazil. I can literally get on a plane and I'm not going to pay that much to go to another country right now because of my building of my hotel and flight itinerary. Y'all don't even know. I could be traveling to another place. You won't even know that. It's just what it is, man.
Is this what you dreamed of your whole life?
2 hours away.
I mean, our people are selfish by nature, man. Most of our people are selfish by nature. They don't want to share anything, and they wonder why they still stuck on zero. They're selfish.
Yep, that's definitely right. Our people are too one-sided.
How is it that
They won't
people
share.
from other countries? How is it that people from other countries that don't make the money you make and they traveling more than you? Answer that question. Their government can't stop them from traveling.
Right. Yep, and a lot of them have a lot of different ethics and morals. And over here in the Americas, it's totally different. This country was built on blood and selfishness, and that spirit is all upon our people over here, man. It's crazy.
It's been in our people for a long time because they love that black devil. That's what Prodigy be. I've been listening to Prodigy Chronicles for a minute, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he woken me up to a lot of things what Master P be talking about. He said, them people on TV ain't, listen, people on YouTube is making more money than people you watch on TV.
I
Dang.
believe it. I definitely
Wow.
believe it.
Hey, Raleigh, you
You
think
remember Master P and
2023?
Nino Brown? Nino Brown said he makes about 60,000 a month on YouTube.
Dang.
60,000 a month. In
That's
Florida, he's about no, that money goes far. But he invests in his people, in the Gentiles. That's something that you didn't know. He invests in his people. He don't even stay in his own home. Yeah, he do his videos in his home, but he give it out to people like Master P. They don't
yep.
stay in their homes, man. People know if you stay in your own home, if you don't build another home for another person, you worse than an infidel.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah, look at Pastor Dow. He builds
Yeah, I
houses
agree.
for people.
What company homes Pastor Dow have built for people?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Pastor Dow.
Does he stay in his own home all the time? He travels. What's wrong with y'all? He's not. He don't claim how much he makes. That's none of our business. But you got guys over here that's very selfish. That's making good money. They won't even give you a place to stay. I have done that for people, man.
Yo,
I
you,
did
you know
that
That's
what?
too.
very real, man. Because
How many people gonna do that? Give up their place to go do what they got to do?
absolutely. Because that's what part of the love is, like, as believers, right? Like, not like talking like the weird love that, it's like that. I'm talking like true love for people. Like, you help people in life to also overcome your own problems, right? So when you give that to people, you're doing a lot more than you know, and you're also going to put treasures in heaven, because that's the type of person that you become when you start doing those things. So I agree with you, man. That's facts.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Because I always looked out for my people, and I tell people like, once you get back, you're gonna get blessings every single time. Whenever the
Even
Most
in
High is ready to bless you.
my bad. Go ahead, Jay, the Revelator.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whenever the Most High is ready to bless you, it's wonderful, man. It's better than an earthly good because at the end of the day, when you know how to sacrifice for your own people, they look at that. Like one of my friends that I went to high school with, and me and him end up working together at the same job. We used to work at Kroger,
Hey, how you doing? Same to you.
and I pretty much had changed his mind as far as like he noticed when it came to working, I always was good at saving my money. With him and his other partner, he
Hello,
never got so
everybody.
much money he spent with that guy. And at the end of the day, it's like now he see how much that I was always investing to where that changed his mind to where now he's in I think he's in Atlanta now doing his own thing. He has a son as well. And he was like, man, Rod, because of you, I was like, I'm just watching you and just noticing like you move smart, man. You move really smart. I noticed how much money I was blowing through all the time when we get paid and stuff like that. And you make sure that me and the other guy was taken care of whenever we didn't have nothing. And that's because I care about my people. I'm not selfish. At the end of the day, I look out for those who look out for me because I want to see people succeed just like I want to see myself succeed. Because you can make success very simple, but it's not easy to get. Just like life. Life is not, it's very simple, but it's not easy. You just gotta learn how to maneuver and just sit back, listen to people, how they talking, what they do around you. That's why like people who really know me, I always been really quiet because I look out and I observe how people move. I was always like that as a child, man. It was just like a natural gift that I had just to pay attention, just to observe and just, because I knew I was very different since a kid. Stuff that I experienced, I used to go through sleep paralysis, all types of crazy things, man. And I just had that, innate spiritual ability to just really know that there was something greater than this earth. And that's why I knew of God since I was like a little kid. And I always wanted to establish a relationship with the Most High first. And then with that, I learned how to pour into my people and let people know, like, hey, once you do right you're going to get a lot of things back that you never even would have imagined. You know what I'm saying? So that's really important to always pour into your people. Because at the end of the day, a lot of them they're going to be very selfish. I got family members just like that. I got a brother that's locked up. He's just like that. Just the crab in the bucket mentality. And a lot of people like that, you really can't save anymore because they're going to dig their own hole in the grave eventually. Whether that's going to be you ended up being dead or you're going to be locked up in jail. And you don't even want to go through neither one of those experiences. It's tough for people, man, but it's only as tough as that you make it.
Yeah, I gotta say that. I
Yeah.
gotta say that. Oh yeah, my bad, y'all. I was just gonna say, I gotta say that it clicked for me like 2 weeks before I moved from Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Back to theater. Like, like I was really like you see like how Jay the Revelator said, like you gotta feed into your people, and like the same way he said he grew up, that's how I grew up. But the thing about it is people always like try to like when I would tell them things and I'll put them on the things and stuff like that, they would discredit me and stuff like that to the point where they were trying to completely move me off the board if you get what I'm saying. But and it's like I live different lifestyles. You feel me? I live in a corporate lifestyle. I live in a street lifestyle. I live in and it would be the same in all of those places. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, and the common denominator with that is like, it's our people, bro. You feel me? So it's like, I dealt with a lot growing up. There was a lot growing up. You feel me? And even on the family level too. So it's just like when it clicked to me, it was just like, yo, bro, why is you? There's so many people that happen they doing different things and they get it. It's like why do you keep locking yourself down in one place and you're not taking the opportunity to the next level? You get what I'm saying? It's just, you know, like for instance, bro, like growing up in New York City, um, you're not encouraged to get a driver license, right? So uh, I was like 21 without a driver license. To this day, I still don't have a driver license, right? And that just tell you like the mindset, you know. So it's certain things like that, like we really do gotta change. Like the ignorance is outrageous, you know. Excuse the music. We don't have the right to this music. That's one of my coworkers. So we try to put in the corner. Yeah. So I definitely agree with y'all, man. We gotta change, man. We gotta do something different. You know? And like I said, I used to live in Florida too, so I know how it was. I know how it is. And at the height of the pandemic, people was in parties. People was like, like it's crazy, bro. Like it was, man. I'm telling you, nothing changed there. Nothing changed there at all. I actually had a job on the beach during spring break when they came back to Las Olas Beach in Fort Lauderdale, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, it was crazy. And like 19 days, 1 month later, the pandemic started, just like that. You know, I saw things around that time. I saw like double rainbows and stuff like that. And it's like, I feel like the most I put me on that beach to show me certain things at that time too, because it was like it was so many like different things going on, like because of the cold spring break stuff, and then once that like registered in my mind, most high put like the cold. See the coldness y'all talking about that's in Florida right now. The most high hit the beach with that cold, boom, just like that. Next thing, everybody, you got people out there in shorts on and sweaters and all that, just looking crazy. Like I see a lot of stuff in Florida, man. Like, Cassie's trying to put some spirit in my head, all types of stuff. Yo, like one of them. All right. Yeah. Correct.
Junior, you went out. Junior went out. I guess his service went out. He'll be back. Let me just say this to the Sikhi. He's talking about capitalism and selfish in this country is the environment. Then you wonder why a lot of y'all have a setback. And you're not seeing what others are seeing. Capitalism, people want to be selfish because they believe being selfish is going to get them far. No, it's not. Christ gave more than any of us can even imagine. Even the prophets gave their lives to teach the truth, and they had to travel. They didn't have a home. Notice that. Is upset tripping guys? Notice the men that was really out there doing the work of the Most High. Did they have a home? No, they didn't. And I'm not knocking people that have homes and apartments and stuff like that. But if you really want to get far in this truth, you're not going to have a place to stay. You want to make sure that other people is good while you do the mission of the Most High. When Moses got kicked out of his home, you know, he had to go to a land that he hadn't been since his forefathers to go back to bring a message. So, in order for you to get far in life, you're going to have to leave the home. They're not Abraham left his mother and father home. He didn't have a home right away. He was traveling before he got a home. So these are the things you got to start thinking. A traveler knoweth many things. I'm now a traveler. I'm no more of a resident. But when I do get residency, I'm still going to be a traveler. That's why I want you to listen to Nino Brown and Master P and listen. Don't get in your emotions. Get past that holiday stuff. This is bigger than the holidays and the distractions. In order to know how you want to do earthly goods, that's one of the things you're doing earthly goods. Give the place to somebody else that needs it. Most men in the truth, they gave their homes away to other people so they can have a place to stay while they go about their business. We're not supposed to be stagnant, man. You're not going to learn being stagnant in one place. I would not know the things I know if I didn't stay. If I had got a place here in Florida, I would not be knowing the stuff I know now by what the Lord is showing me. He showed me, yes, you may not have the money you want right now. Don't even worry about that. Show the people that you can do something with the least of what you have before I give you what you want. Because a lot of people don't want to take that risk, man. The journey is not always going to be fun, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to make you think more clearly. So whoever you have around you this time, you're going to know what you're dealing with. All right, how you doing? Go ahead, fellas. I let you talk. Go ahead.
Yep, I definitely agree with you, Rolly. I definitely agree with all of that. Because sometimes it's going to come to a point where, you know, you give so much that you might have to end up losing certain things. But at the end of the day, it's okay because just like you said, it's one thing for you to lose materials, but I would say also that I'm grateful to still have a peace of mind. Like I still realize, you know, even for an example, I'm not working right now, but I'm in the process of finding another job. And it's like the Most High is still making a way for me to get the bills paid. I can still go out and do a side hustle and be able to bring in a certain amount of income, even if it's not the money that I want to make right now. But you know what? I'm just grateful that I still have clothes on my back. I'm still managing to be able to eat every day and just be able to wake up to see another day because a lot of people, they go to sleep and they never wake up. You never know when you're going to have your last 24 hours in the day to be able to even make something of yourself. That's why I always make sure I talk to the Most High when I pray. I, I pray to him as far as, you know, removing anything in my life that's not going to serve me any kind of purpose. Because just like you said, as far as with these holidays being a distraction and people not realizing that these holidays are part of what causes people their demise. Just like I tell my girl, I try to tell her the truth as far as like with these holidays, man. I'm like, just you should leave that alone because you shouldn't do something for another person or for your child just for one day. You should do that any day. You know what I'm saying? It never matters on what day it is. It can be any time of the day where you can look out for somebody and you don't have to show any kind of fake energy, no fake love because people don't need that. We're in the times right now where inflation is really high. People are out here starving. People are out on the street cold. People don't even have no family, even if they have family. But for those who live set apart, you really start to see like you don't really have family for real because a lot of them they're still stuck in a certain way of thinking. They're still stuck in a matrix. And I seen that for with my family as soon as I started really getting into the scriptures and try to put people on as far as like, you know, we got to learn how to do this instead of doing that. Because the Most High is seeing that once we get this information, now we're held accountable. I'm trying to share you guys. I'm trying to share this information to you guys as far as like, look, let's take for an example, my girl's mother. I told her last year, I think it may have been a year ago or two, and I opened the scriptures up to her to let her know that about these holidays. When you look in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2 to 6, that the Most High said that we're not supposed to have trees up in our house decorated with ornaments, silvers and gold. I tried to tell her that she wasn't snippy or anything like that, but I can see that the delusion was still there because people believe that Christ was born on Christmas Day, which is far from the truth. And now noticing that how life is going right now, a lot of things had to been shaken up in her life for her to really see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And as far as with that, certain things just gotta happen. You just gotta let people go their own route after you show them, and a lot of things is just gonna have to happen to them. They're gonna have to go through fallbacks to really see like, hey, this is not what it seems to be, which is not. Because now you start to see, like I tried to tell you, these holidays shouldn't even matter to you. Now, if you're struggling to even get anybody anything on a particular day, what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? And as much as you try to let people know, just gotta let them, just fall. And it's gonna be up to them if they're gonna be willing to pick themselves back up. Because after you try to tell, you say I'm right, but this whole time I've been right. I've been trying to let you know what it is. And that's just because it's out of love. And people just they never want to hear the truth these days. It's like I don't know what it is. That delusion, that spirit of delusion is so strong on our people, man. It's like it's not. Sometimes it's really nothing else that you can do. Honestly,
Hey, I heard that by the way, bro. Link your cash, link your cash app, and I'll send you something. Okay? Since you said you're out of job, I got you.
I
Also, you
appreciate
said you're literally only like 30 minutes away from me, man. Maybe
Yeah,
one
put
day
your
we'll
cash app in the
meet up. You
private
never
chat.
know.
Jay the Revelator. Put your cash app
Yeah,
in the private
yeah.
chat.
I'm gonna screenshot your cash app and I'm gonna
okay.
hit it up. I don't know if I got my money in the bank right now. I just put my money in a certain place, but I need to start putting it in the bank. But I'm gonna get you, bro. For real, I got you, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I'm
I need
gonna
to
put my cash
follow
app
this in
down.
too, bro. But that's you're not even that far away, bro. That'd be crazy one day. Maybe one of those things that we gotta do is every so often we have to meet up with one another, and if we're close enough, even if it's for a second, even if it's just for business. If we have if we decide to do something this summer, like I'm not saying just me and you, I'm just saying in general, if we gotta make money out here in 2023, it's gonna be a challenge, but this is gonna be the show up time. This is prime time. It's like what Deion Sanders said. I don't know if y'all have been following Deion Sanders, what he's been up to, but you see the energy that he brings to that football program in Colorado. He's coming out in the locker room telling people, you better show up or show out or you're done. And we're coming. Every time he's always saying, I'm coming.
Yep.
Get ready. I'm coming. And that's exactly what we should be doing. We should be showing up. We should be having that spirit, and we should be bringing it all out in 2023. But, it's going to really take our actions, not our words. And it's going to be hard because we did grow up, and we've been watching people, observing people. And it can be hard when we see them succeed, especially if there's some wicked people too. And they be showing off all the women they have, all the cars they have, and here we are giving our money to people that we support, and we're dry, we're on the edge, we're on the bottom. But that's when we stay faithful, bro. Because at the end of the day, these people, they're living their life, they're giving gifts, they're spending all this money on pork and Christmas decorations, but we out here, we're gonna be making some moves. And Rollo, I think you're the only one who's really showing the process right now, because a lot of people would be afraid to show the process. If they failed, if they were you and they failed, they'd be embarrassed. But you're not embarrassed. You're showing out. You're literally walking the walk and showing people. And this is why I said the other day in the comments, I don't know if you saw, but this is history right now on your channel. This is one of the biggest things going on your channel before it blows up. And I think that's why the Most High is working with you to tell and remind people that to have the selfish spirit going into 2023, because a lot of people have trauma. A lot of people don't want to help other people anymore. So I appreciate that a lot. And make sure you put your Cash App in there, Jay. Put it in the comments or on the chat.
Jay, do you have your own vehicle by any chance? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I got a 2014 Fusion, and right
Okay,
now
so
I'm catching up on payments.
I want you to hit me up on an email so I can send you some information so you can get what county you stay in, what county? Oh, what state, excuse me.
The state, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
He's near me.
I could get you into the DoorDash, and I also could vouch for you to work for my company. They have one in North Carolina. Were you in Raleigh, Durham? You in the city or not in the city?
I'm near Greensboro. I'm in Burlington.
Okay, so yeah, they have something there. I will send you the information, and I will tell them to put this brother on. You know how to drive cars, right?
Not really.
You're not up to date with the new vehicles. Well, they could train you on that.
Okay.
So you're in Greensboro, so that's good. They have a couple of sites. I will manage the guy that's in charge over me to tell them, hey, I got a brother that could work in your company in Greensboro. And then you just say my name, they're gonna say, okay, we look into him. And then you should be hearing from them within a week or two.
Okay.
So,
all praise to the Most High.
You can do the DoorDash and Uber on my side. I'll give you my information. If you do a certain amount of orders, you can get 300. I can get 300 on the spot. And then from there, you do what you do, just to get by in the meantime until you get something. So
I appreciate that, Rollo. I was actually trying to get back into DoorDash too, man. And for some reason, what happened in 2019, I had got a ticket out in Ohio because I was driving from Detroit to Ohio with my old girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, and for some reason, I was still able to do DoorDash because I had that ticket paid off within a week. I paid it online. So I did DoorDash for the first time with one of my brothers. It was maybe in the fall, near winter time. And they had deactivated my account because you know how people are when it comes to food and orders. They'll try to falsely accuse you, and then it's wraps from there. So I tried to get back into
Were you in
DoorDash.
the hood part of Greensboro, or you in the okay side of Greensboro?
No, I was saying I'm near Greensboro, I'm like 15 minutes away. I'm in Burlington.
Oh yeah, Burlington. Oh, so you're not far from the city. Okay.
Yeah, yep.
I live right next to Greensboro. It there is two bad parts. There's like some bad parts about it, but is that place you're talking about, Rollo? Is it downtown, like in the city?
Yeah.
Okay, dude, that'd be cool, Jay, if you did that. But
Yeah. Yep.
you would have to drive a little bit, but it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do the drive. Yeah, no problem. But for some reason, after that, they had pulled that up on my thing for the background check. But
Mhm.
it was weird because it was never there for the past 3 years. So I'm looking at it like all of a sudden, where did this come from? So I'm trying to, contact DoorDash and let them know, like, hey, this was never there before. That ticket was paid for a week after I got it. So why is it there? And for the background check, I know you had to get in contact with people through chat, and I tried to, constantly send them information as far as like, this shouldn't be valid anymore because that's cleared off my record. So I don't know what's been up with them as far as that, but I would still like to try to get back into DoorDash because right now I do Uber Eats, but I see DoorDash has always been more popular.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, so if any way I could still try to get back into DoorDash, I'm willing to do it.
We'll talk about it. I'll tell you what you need to do, how to get them to get that thing off your thing.
Okay,
I
appreciate it.
help a brother. I help a brother who was in a similar situation, and I'll explain that behind the scenes. And
Okay, cool.
hopefully the Lord sees it fit, and then you get back into it. But the main thing is to get you something solid. You know what I'm saying, in the city.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying, so you can get back on your feet.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, put your Cash App in here because I'm gonna have to get going, so I'm gonna be able to screenshot that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
let me put that in right now. Let me see. That's Jaden. Okay, there we go.
All right, cool.
All right, so let me address. Any final words before you head out and take care of your business?
Yeah, man, I love waking up to this morning. You know, it's just a hard day for us in a way. I mean,
Nothing is hard. No, 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 no. We're not going to do that. Nothing is hard. Because if it was hard, you will see hardship. None of us are seeing hardship. We just dealing with adversity. Adversity is supposed to make you stronger.
Amen.
yeah, that's truth right there. I don't feel vexed or nothing, but it's the reason why I guess I said it like that is because the adversity it's really big on people in this time, but we know that we can push through, right? And I just appreciate the content. Waking up this morning, it gave me a good laugh. It was truth, and it's inspired, man. You keep doing what you do, and I'm watching, and I appreciate you. And
All
peace.
right, Menendez.
Peace.
See you on the next one. Before we let Samuel W. talk, let me say this to you, Jay, because I was in a similar situation. When I came to Florida, I didn't have work for just about a month and a half, right?
Yeah.
And the lady I was dealing with helped me along the way. Now I don't get into personal business, but she did help me, and then I started doing what I had to do. I didn't have a vehicle, so that let me have to go back to New York to rewrite my wrongs. I was telling Junior about that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm going to say to you guys. This is serious, man. So I had this conversation earlier, and Junior and a few people was in it, and you was in the chat too. We was having a good time, but I'm very serious about what I'm about to say. Sometimes when you are in a relationship, it can hinder your growth. A lot of people in the truth don't want to say that because they don't want to ruffle the feathers, they don't want to lose support. They don't, I'm not saying she is. What I'm saying is the environment that you're currently in could be hindering you from your growth. So when you get into this business, you're going to see a different side of her, good or bad. I'm saying this because I know what I'm talking about. When you stay in a place with somebody for a certain amount of time, Most guys go through a hindrance stage. The lady doesn't. You always say to yourself, wait a minute, before I got with her, everything was going good. You get with her, everything goes good, but it's not going the way it's supposed to. That's because you don't know who she's talking to, number one. And number two, people could be hindering that situation. So even though you're telling her the truth, let her see it through your works and your action. You don't have to explain nothing. Listen, guys, you don't have to explain nothing to these ladies about the truth because they don't want to hear that. Eve didn't want to hear what Adam had to say. Solomon wives didn't want to hear what he had to say. David wives was disrespecting him, even though he was the king. But why was they showing love to Christ? I'm going to tell you why they were showing love to Christ, because Christ was doing things that they could not figure him out. Even the women couldn't figure him out. What I mean by that is that they knew he was a traveler. He didn't have a place. You two available. When you are available to somebody in your house every day, somebody is creeping in that snake tail of hers. I don't care how much truth you know. Take that advice from me. They conflict anytime you are. The ladies who say, take the advice from me. It's only something behind that air of theirs. And that air of theirs could turn you to losing everything. Sometimes a woman don't want to pray for you to do good. A woman's prayer is powerful. So if she's not praying for you to do good, maybe the Lord's trying to take. I'm just saying, just don't be surprised, man. Always make sure you have something on you just in case that change comes, because they change like a storm. These modest women ain't no different than 304. I'm saying it, man. They ain't no different.
Facts, man.
That's a fact, bro. I was being a girl. I was month ago. I was feeling good. And maybe like 5 months ago. And everything was going good. I had left one job and I went to another job at the time. Never. And everything was going good. She had kids and all that too. And everything was going good. And just one day, like, I just noticed, like, there was a staffing company. They just stopped sending me jobs. And she just ghosted me. Period. Like, you feel me? Like, poof. And then it's just like, yo, wow. So, as soon as we connect, the company stopped rocking with me. And she just disappeared like that. Like, what's really going on? You feel me? And, like, around that, like, when she came to my life, she, um, she got me back in the smoke on my order, you know what I'm saying? So everything started going down, like, all the way when I started dealing with that girl. You feel me? And she had no heart for none of that, you know what I'm saying? And word, so he's right though, I was right my whole life. Like, if you never run, you go demon. You know what I'm saying? That's just real, like, I seen that, bro. Like, for real life. You feel me? Like,
Yep, man. It's a lot of things you got to go through being in a relationship. A lot. And it's not easy at all, especially having to deal with, just like what Chronicles of Judah would say, the woman is very capricious. You never know what to expect from her. But Rallo definitely had a point on um sometimes all you got to do is just say it once.
hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
About 1 minute, you're going to be blocked. I don't got time for no trolling. This is serious business over here. So who is Hustle? Let me see let me see. You got about 1 minute. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jedi Revelator. Continue.
Oh, okay. But yep. Um Ronald definitely has a point as far as like hindrance will occur, and you never know when that's gonna really just come about. Because I dealt with my woman for going on 3 years. It'll be 3 years in May, so been about 2.5 years, and I can honestly say that she has helped me propel to different levels that I didn't even think I was gonna even see myself, especially like growing up in one house my whole life back in Detroit, and now I'm in a whole different environment, learning something totally different. So she's definitely been helping me as far as with my growth and stuff like that. And honestly, I play a part in myself as far as like, me keeping and making decisions as far as like even if it's gonna be a great one or a bad one. But I let her know, if she gets upset with me, depending on a decision that I make, it is what it is. Because I let it be known that as I'm growing, the more firm I want to become as far as what I decide to do, how I'm going to move, because it's always going to be up to me to make sure that whatever I do, I live and I learn from it. Because ain't no man perfect at all. The thing is, we're held to a higher accountability as far as what we do. Because at the end of the day, we're the ones who's the head of the households. And women are going to be in the nature as far as like, they're going to rebel no matter what. They're going to rebel. They're going to try to question you, try to do things just like what Job did. He went through the same thing with his wife. Try to test his faith in the Most High. And that's why I let my girl know, look, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I'm sticking to what I know, what I believe in. And I'm always going to make sure that the Most High is first in my life. No doubt. So as far as with that, everything is still pretty good. I just keep my head high. That's all I can do because it's been a saying like, sometimes you just gotta expect the worst. Sometimes you just gotta expect the worst because a lot of things you can never be too surprised about in life because life is gonna hit you in all kind of different angles and directions that you never even, you might not even see it coming. But as far as if you got that discernment, you're always going to be good because you're always going to know what to expect at the end of the day. So yeah, that's all I got to say on that.
All right, appreciate that, Jay the Revelator. We're gonna let Samuel talk, man. He's been waiting patiently. Samuel, everybody mute their mics. Samuel, what's going on with you, man?
Hey man, how's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. I don't want to say the actual day of what it is, but all praises to the Most High for real. That everybody's here, everybody's well, and we all just get to live another day. I've just been listening, just chilling, really. Just kicking it with the fam. Of course, they want to get together on specific days, so just enjoying the good vibes, really. Like I'm not really trying to be, like I said, like y'all were saying earlier, overly religious. Just enjoying the peace. It's nice. It's cold. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like New York. I used to live up in New York. So whenever y'all are talking about how it's cold, feeling like Detroit up here, no cap, bro. Like my toes feel like ice. Like I can't really feel my toes right now, but I'm enjoying the weather though. Nonetheless, I'm enjoying the vibes. Um, man, y'all were talking about some stuff earlier that was really hitting home.
Hold on 1 second, Samuel. Hustle. I'm not gonna say what you say in the private chat. Just get that situated, man. That's all I'm gonna say. This is serious business, man. Look, man. I'm not gonna say what you say in the private chat. Yeah, you got it in the private chat, man. I can't, man. I can't. It just confirmed what I talked about earlier. Oh no. Hustle. Come in the chat. I gotta see you in the chat. Because if you just gonna pop on the live stream, I didn't even see you in the chat. Did you work out Supreme in the chat? Let me know if you work out Supreme, because if you work out Supreme, I may take that check. Man, listen, man. Listen. you gotta come correct, man. This is serious business, man. This ain't no Tommy and then what you saying, man. Look, man, I've been through this before, man. I ain't going through it again. I see things. I'm very observant, and the guys I'm building with here, I pretty much know where they stand at for the most part. I never see you in the chat. You're not telling me who you are. So until I know who you are, man, I can't have you on the panel. No disrespect, because guys, you see what is going on in the private chat, right?
Yeah, I peep.
He's tripping. He's tripping. He's wilding. Like,
I hope it's not like the last dude who crashed our one panel, man. Because
Don't say nothing. What we saw in the chat, we're gonna keep it 12. You see what I gotta do? Oh man. Also,
bugged out.
I hope everything works out, man. Cause man, please don't come to me on the email on January 1st, 7 o'clock, man. I don't want you to be the one telling me what's going on January 1st. I think David Cameron, may he rest in peace. He said one thing that's true. Do not let such and such listen to certain people's channels. Oh man. All right, guys, go ahead, continue.
yeah, I just wanted to hold on, my fault. But yeah, I just wanted to pretty much share this verse because y'all were talking about the trials that we go through, the adversities that we go through, even the relationship that we deal with. It can be draining, it can be confusing at times, but at the end of the day, since we know that we want to follow Christ and we want to follow the Most High through Christ, our heart is in the right place. I like to talk with my cousin. Like I said, I don't really think he's more religious. He's more spiritual, but they both have the truth. They're pretty much the same things, just in different ways. He pretty much said that, regardless of your color, your religion, pretty much whatever perspective you have, as long as your heart is in the right place, especially when we're dealing with this realm, that's really all that matters. And I wanted to go to this verse from Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And it says, we know all things work together for good to those that love God, to those that are called according to his purpose. And we all know God is love. And if you follow his law, statutes, and commandments, be fruitful and multiply, to honor the Sabbath, which is our ritual. There's good and bad rituals, but, for the most part, we follow God. And how should I say, we follow him in order, with discipline, because that's what he is. Not a man in the sky. But like I said in the last panel, like when we think about the principles of man and female, and how also Gerard, I think that's how I say your name. He was just saying earlier, man, like men are the decision makers. We're supposed to be the figure, we're supposed to be the role model. We're supposed to be setting the bar, for what is acceptable, what's not. We're supposed to be, the law. But in human form, of course, and that's just true faith, because all that comes from the Most High. And like I said, I love doing the etymology of words, because they tend to change their meaning, lose their meaning, or kind of like just change entirely over time. But faith, its actual Google definition, means complete confidence or trust in someone or something, and it's from Latin, fides or fides, I don't know. But then you go to trust, which is in the definition of faith, and that's firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. From Old Norse, trust, which means strong. So if you have faith, you're strong. And you pretty much know you can't get faith from outside of you. Faith comes from within. So the power is within you, of course, from the Most High, but you have to put faith in the Most High, that's the way, because a lot of people go off their own understanding And I'm still trying to get myself out of that. You know, I battle with it every day. I'm not saying I'm like perfect to the T, but you know, it's a lot easier whenever you just give up to the Most High, because at the end of the day, you know, the basic laws of just disciplining yourself, which is just that's what His commandments are for. You know, that's pretty much the bread and butter of life. Versus if you give into your desires, your pleasures, that's destruction. That's the devil. So it's pretty much just, you know, what you choose to indulge in. Like that's kind of me going back to what I think I forgot his name, D Ski Veli was talking about like getting gifts on Christmas or giving. You know, I think it comes from like where your heart is, man. Like if you decide to like willingly indulge in it, then yeah, man, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. But you know, to keep the peace, like I said, so just so you don't drive yourself crazy every day, not being overly religious, not being overly condemning of people, just be like, oh, thank you, I appreciate the gift. If you got them something, shoot them something. If you didn't, just be like, hey, I ain't really get you nothing, because you know this time is really about our time together. You know, I was saying that earlier today as a joke, but I'm serious. Like it's really about us getting together. But of course, with everything in this matrix, there's always something monetary. There's always something physical. There's always something, you know, just vain that has to be, you know, the how should I say, the bridge with connection. You know, it's like to have fun, to really have anything, you have to pay a ticket, you know. So I think that's kind of what it's also coming to. I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but this is my last little point, because we're talking about just how like the weather of the world is now, man. And you know, we do these a lot more often. I noticed after 2020, man, live streams really became like the thing. Like video views, at least for the most part, even for the most popular people, just kind of drop because people just love live streams. But I think it's just people are ready to be like really together, like on like a congregation, like how life is actually supposed to be. I feel that coming really soon. And I also don't think it's a coincidence that the weather slash just the world is kind of like doing a reset. It's like doing a purge. Like these are some extreme temperatures I've never felt in my life. And I couldn't imagine being in the elements. But you know, at the same time, it's like people like us, like we were talking about earlier, like one of y'all mentioned earlier, like we're different, we're set apart. And you know, I feel like I've done this too. I just like to literally put myself through like, you know, through challenges so I can overcome. My body gets stronger, my mind gets stronger, my spirit gets stronger. Like, you know, like sometimes I might not even wear a hoodie just so I can feel the cold, so I can appreciate a hoodie. Like small stuff like that. I feel like we do things that a lot of people don't think about. Like when I was around my friends a lot and me saying the same things I'm telling y'all, they find a way to ridicule it. So like I'm honestly really happy that we have congregations like these, bro, because it's really good for us to express ourselves and just to build and, you know, learn and evolve. That's life. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. Y'all said so much. I just wanted to, you know, add to everything I heard, because, you know, these are powerful.
This is a great story today, man. Great story from the Lord, man, because we all in different situations, different environments, but at the end of the day, the Lord made us come together. You know, I met the sister, so I want to talk to you about this because, man, so many is a beautiful sister. I'm glad to meet her in Orlando, Florida, man. She doing her thing, man. She asked some great questions. And one thing I will tell you this, guys, having that conversation with her, you'd be surprised when a lady or certain people that is in certain situations, they say, Rollo, you know what you're doing. You absolutely is going to be real big. I said, no, this the Lord's doing. It's not my doing because I'm just his vessel. I'm just showing the men that I was in your situation. I know what it's like to live with a woman, have a house, you know what I'm saying, have an apartment. But I had to let that go if I wanted to see more than what I'm seeing. Do you know the average person in another country is not in their homes too much? You wouldn't know that unless you travel. They always somewhere in my own Instagram. People from Colombia. You just heard me earlier with the Cuban people. They traveling here, they going different places. They about to go somewhere right now. They going up north or going to the West Coast. They told me, one of them just told me in the ear, Yeah, I'm going to California for a week, and then I'm coming back to Florida. Then I'm going to another country. I said, what? And we sit here, most of us sit here and just be glad to have only one thing on a resume. That's got to end, man. 2023 is the year of traveling. Relationship is going to go as long as you're traveling. If a lady cannot understand what you was born to do, she's not supposed to be with you in the long term. Some of them are seasons. Till the seasons. They singing it right now upstairs, till the season. These guys don't realize when a woman singing till the season to you, it's about to be over January 1st. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They don't
Wait
want to
till
hear
you see
that.
this breakup season. Wait till y'all see this breakup season premiere I did. Y'all gonna be scratching your head and say, what the hell is going on? And these people got their stuff together. They staying in big homes. I mean big homes. I mean like a large, like you can have 40, 50 people in there. And she talking about baby is over. Cheating on him with other men.
Crazy. But that's the
Oh
world we
yeah.
live in. They get a high off of that. That's crazy.
Hey, come here. Come here. It's one of the
I even know females who do that personally, to be honest. Like they'll literally go out of their way to like hurt someone emotionally. I mean, there's some who go as far as physically, but you know, most part, I feel like they get the most high whenever they crush someone's spirit because I feel like either they've had that pain dealt to them, or I don't know, it's just straight sadistic. I know some who just straight like that, where you just can't be saved. Strictly alone from just the people she's around, like whether just you talking like this or you know more intimately, like. That's why I believe like it's not just us being patriarchal females. Like y'all literally cannot do what a man does. Y'all are sponges when it comes to a sexual interaction. Y'all receive more energy than you know you give. So whenever you talk about being sexually liberated, you're just really like dividing your spirit among so many other men being pulled every which way that by the time you want to settle down, your heart is like nothing. There's nothing there because you just kind of been giving it away versus a man, he thinks differently about love. We don't just seek sensual pleasure. We seek intimate, intellectual, you know, spiritual. You know, I know there's some females out there who do the same thing, but you know, a lot of females I've met are vain. Like a lot of them you can get them just by how you look on your face, how your voice sounds, you know, versus a man, at least a righteous man, like men in here, you should have a way higher standard than just a fat ass or big titties. But a lot of men, you know, due to TikTok, due to, you know, in-person thirst traps, just due to Jezebel spirits running wild, now a lot of men are willing to give up money just to look at girls, not even be in their vicinity. A lot of men are willing to send females money just for existing. I'm like, yo, you could, nah, man, this is not right.
Yo, 2023, I'm calling it out right now. No miscarriage female at all.
That's right.
If they not cleaning themselves up spiritually or whatever, or that just come up in a conversation, like even if it come up later, it's a wrap. Because we got to ask the question why they had that miscarriage, what kind of person you is, what kind of person your family is. You know what I'm saying? Like your ancestors, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We not doing that. I mean, this, and we got to even watch the mothers, the single mothers. Why are you single? You know what I'm saying? Like some single mothers, bro. Like yeah, they beautiful, all that so on and so forth, their body right, but it's like, yo, like who was the problem? You know? You feel me? Like if you got, say for instance, you got one kid with, and you a single mother, immediately that's a red flag. If you got 7 kids, that's it's a little bit more like, okay, she was with that person for a long time, so on and so forth. All right, cool. But if you got 7 kids with different dudes, oh yeah, we want the car pack. You know what I'm saying? We want the whole. No, man, we can't do it.
Yep, it's raps on that, man. Can't keep having that. Especially like that's the main thing that goes on in the community so much. Because I'm like, I'll even admit, like, I've been with a girl that got an abortion before, and it's not a good feeling, man. To know that you could have had a seed out here that could be doing something great, and it's just like you don't want to constantly keep experiencing that kind of pain and just live that kind of lifestyle because I mean having kids is not easy, but it's just like once you have one, it's really enjoyable. Especially like being a father is just I'm learning every day, especially being only 24, and I'm like I wish that a lot of women would understand like you don't want to keep ruining your body and your spirit because they carry the gate with you. When it enters up inside of you, the gate is open, and it's like you don't want to keep having that kind of energy inside of you. Anything that's gonna constantly just tarnish you because it's like now these days people are turning cold hearted just off of decisions like that, and you just numbing yourself down to what for temporary pleasures just so that you can be able to say that, oh, I ain't never had no kids, but you could have potentially had some. So I know women that could have had like maybe 10 to 15 kids. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a mess these days of where everything is going. And I understand like, you got to be able to adjust with the times, which is really important, just so that you can be able to know how to maneuver, especially when it comes to dealing with these women. And I'll say that you got to learn how to pick and choose wisely because these women out here are reckless, bro. Like they do a lot of things that you ain't even thought of. Just like if Newbury was saying in one live that they fly out to Dubai and they sacrifice themselves to even get $1 million just to be defecated on, all types of crazy stuff. Man, you got to know what you up against because these Jezebels are out here running wild. It's just like every time when I'm checking on social media, it's some girls that's shaking their ass, dancing, all types of, crazy stuff that's going on these days. And I'm just grateful that I got somebody that's, the whole complete opposite. She stays to herself. But the way how these girls are moving, man, I wouldn't even want to deal with another woman that's gonna, lead me down to where I could have been before dealing with the females that I used to deal with. Cause it changes you. It changes the look on your face. You become more stressed, and don't no dude want stress during these days at all. Because it's already enough that our lifespan is so short. Because a lot of us are not even making it past 25, 30, 40, 50. And the Most High exceeded our lifespan to be only 120 years. And we want to be able to live to that point. So therefore, we know that we're getting things right on the earth. Because we only have 120 years to get things right on this earth. And it goes by so quick, just like how a lot of us get to the age that we are at now. Time flies and it ain't waiting on nobody, and we got to be able to to keep making improvements in our life and just being smarter, becoming wiser. I remember the other day I was just watching Pastor Darby, and I was watching the video that he stated that it's a thing where you go based in the natural versus the spiritual. And a lot of things that I noticed that our people lack is natural. And the natural is just the common sense. We got to learn how to have common sense when it comes to a lot of things and, not just be so quick to make a decision. We got to learn how to be patient. We got to learn how to just, see things what it is first. And since we're here in this physical realm, we got to see what things are. So therefore, you know exactly what you want to do and how you're going to be able to do it. And if you're going to deal with that kind of woman, you got to know what you're doing, because you don't want to go through 18 years of pain and stuff like that just off of a temporary decision that you could have prevented yourself from making.
Let me say this. That's an excellent point, Jada Revelator. I mean, you broke it down to the core, man. This is the thing, guys. You know, time is only for the Luciferian and his people that follow him. When you in the truth, there's no such thing as time, number one. And number two, the lady receives your energy. So if the lady receives your energy, you receiving what she puts on you. You get what I'm saying in retrospect. And so what happens is if she dealt with somebody prior to you and now she's dealing with your energy, she's fighting off that other energy she still have inside of her that's still inside of her. And now she's trying to reciprocate your energy. She's the receiver. So even if you have children from her, if you're not her first, in her mind, she wish the one that popped her cherry will give her a child. So it's like this. When you get with her, always remember somebody else was dealing with her. Whether she have children or whether she don't have children. I dealt with ladies that don't have kids. They was dealing with somebody else. That personality of the guy is still in them. And so when you lie with her, now she's trying to reciprocate your personality. Guess what? That other personality is still in her ear. So when she goes to sleep, and listen, no guy talks about this on YouTube because it doesn't bring money. Look, when you worrying about the money, you ain't gonna get no money. Let me tell you what a guy told me. When you worry about the money, you ain't getting no money. You think I'm worrying about the money? You see why I'm at?
Mm.
You think it's a joke? It's not a game out here. So what I'm saying is, when you get with her and she's sleeping, that other guy is still in her dream. You're not in her dream yet. Even if you give her that word that Ringo talks about, give her the God word. That other guy's still in her dream. So you fighting an uphill battle by getting with her. So you better make sure, just in case she's thinking about having a season with you, you better have your ducks in a row, and you better be prepared to be on another journey because it may happen. It happens to the best of us. It happened to me. Do you see me losing sleep? Do you see how many ladies came? Well, they're in relationships. Some of them may not. But still, you see how many ladies was talking to me? Did I have to put in so much work? No, I was just being traumatic, saying certain things, and still being I was talking my issue right in front of the customers. How many of your YouTubers could do that on a job? Ooh, I'm gonna rub some feathers. How many Negroes could do what I'm doing? Telling the women about them, she had talking about the women was sitting right here, and they still was looking at me like, wow. Well, if I wasn't taking it, no, you take it, so don't even think about it, baby. Don't try to be now talking about breakup season. Because they're like, damn, this Negro, this so-called Negro having a good time on the phone. Who gave him the authority to do that? How you doing? You having a good time? Oh, I hear that. I hear that. Man, some fine Latinas upstairs, fellas. Ooh, Lord have mercy, man.
Yo, I meant to say something about that, yo. I started watching for some reason like 2 weeks ago, or like a week ago. Spirit just told me, yo, start watching videos in Cuba and current Corinda and all those places. Boy, I started looking at the videos, boy. I said, what? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm telling you, like, why you think all the passport bros out there doing it like they doing it right now? You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Go ahead, Samuel. You got something to say. I know you want to add on to the conversation. Go ahead.
And my fault. I was looking at some stuff. We were just talking about some good stuff, man. I'm trying not to cuss, but listen, like, honestly, this is what it boils down to. I feel like when it comes to those who are in truth and those who are in ignorance, I'm gonna go to Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 to 23. Says, "But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, which is patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law." And then right over here, um, I'm pretty sure this is in Matthew's. If I can get it right here. Yeah. Matthew chapter 24, verse 72. "And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold." So I feel like, just to be quick, when it comes to people who are choosing to live other than themselves versus people who live only for themselves, it really only comes down to if they have love, versus people who show a facade, like we were just talking about how just females, I'm not just talking about females here now, I'm just talking about how humans like act in general. I've even dealt with a fair share of people, like fully coming into this truth. I feel like I'm not all the way in truth, of course, but I'm further than I was when I started. And whenever I initially started, I didn't really understand how even like the closest people I've known for years, that I've grown love for, that I've had nothing but love for, saw our entire, like companionship or just, quote unquote relationship, whether it was intimate or just friendship, as just a competition, as just a way to gain, whether that be just like an emotional or material gain. It's a lot of things that it took me a long time to understand, like whenever it comes down to genuine love versus love looking for exchange. And a lot of people do that, especially females. Men know that they really can't get away with it, because this is exactly why the devil tempted Eve. When you come to a man, you have to come with logic that's more superior than that, who you're trying to persuade, or trying to pretty much pull facade over. Versus a female, they use emotion. That's like the real main, like, fire at the hip. Like, they use it themselves. That's like, their backup weapon. If they can't get you with logic, they'll hit you in your heart. And a lot of females, especially ones who understand which side that we're playing on, they use certain tactics. And a lot of them that I've noticed in my experiences, they love to mirror you. Like, they'll mirror your interests, mirror your beliefs, mirror just how you present yourself for as long as they can, or as long as they think they should. And whenever they think your guard's dropped, or whenever they think they're in, that's whenever the Judas spirit comes out. That's when the succubus spirit starts activating. That's whenever these adversities start to show their faces. And it's really, like I said, like we were just talking about at the beginning of this, it's really all about your intention, all about your heart, man. Like, if you choose to love the world over the Most High, then okay, that's your relationship, that's your manifestation, that's your fruits. Versus if you choose to look at this as a learning, situation, a learning lesson period, you'd be like, okay, this is not going to work out. There's something even better, which you should be happy for. It's all about perspective. And that's really what it's all about. Like, I just thank the Most High every day for it whenever I pray. I always say, thank you for wellness. Thank you for peace. Thank you for life. Thank you for awareness. Thank you for perspective. Thank you just for experience. And then thank for creation. Thank for evolution. And just thanks for being able to learn, And that's really just, what y'all were just talking about. It hit, because I think that's what it's all about, man. We have to be learning and evolving constantly, because that's what the universe is. I don't mean to jump, but this is my last thing. The universe, literally, the etymology of that word just means from, or at least the actual definition, the whole world, cosmos, the totality of existing things. But broken down, unus is from one, versus past participle of vertere, or vertere, to turn or be turned, to convert or transform or be changed. So it's pretty much one big body that's constantly changing, and we're a part of that. So if you're stagnant, you're dead. But if you're constantly changing, if you're constantly seeking wisdom, knowledge, we're alive. That's life, and I love it. I love these, man.
Yep, I agree with you, man. You made some really good points on that end. Because energy never dies; it just constantly keeps moving, and that's how we got to be. Just like you say in the book of Proverbs, the ant always moves They always move when they need to. Just so therefore they have a space where to go. They know where they can have a habitat at totally different. When it's time to go, you got to keep going, and that's got to be something every day because it's a true saying that every day you learn something new. And I honestly can say it hasn't been one day throughout my life where I feel like I haven't learned anything because every day is just something that's just opportunity, growth, somewhere, anywhere where you can go, you're going to learn something new within the next 5 seconds. I go into a new city. I guarantee you, I'm going to learn something new within that first minute of the city just by putting my feet there. Once you put your feet on the ground into a different environment, then you're gonna see what it's like. So I really agree with you on that one. You made some good points, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm eating.
All right, let me say something before. Let me say this to you guys, man. This has been a great live stream edification, man.
Yes, sir.
Really poured in and made it even more surreal as I expected because look here, man. Let me tell each and every one of you. Let me start off with Junior first. Junior, man, I appreciate you always being in the chat. I know you've been through so much in your life, but to sit here and talk with you for the first time, salute to you, man. You one of the OGs, man. I can see it in your face, man, and you still here with us, man. That's because the Lord is using you, man. I know you want to come back down to Florida, man. I'm gonna definitely help you how to get that car thing situated, what sites you could get in, and make it happen, man. I know you want to get out of that cold Pennsylvania, but you did for a reason, man. You and I have a similar situation. Like, we didn't have our stuff together all the way. You know what I'm saying? We had the gigs, we had people take us where they had to take us. But it gets to a point that we have to get back on what's important. So for me to be here my second time, man, I learned from my first time, I had to come back quickly. Don't let it derail you. So when I give you this information, bro, all you need is a certain amount. I know you can make that 2,000-3,000 in a month. That's what I had to do to get back down here. And I put some of it to the car, and I put some of it to the room. I'm working on the place, but when I get it, I'm gonna have it for someone. Flip it, make it more money out of it, and get something even bigger. Flip that, get something bigger. That's what we gotta do, man. We gotta do for the people, and then we just do our traveling. Now, if you have a family, you know, like most of you do, hey, make sure your family good, man. That's what they try to keep from us. Stay in one place. Stay in one place 20 years. Work in one place for 20 years. And you get your pension, you get your security, and then you never see anything, man. Your kids ain't see anything. Your wife didn't see it. You didn't see anything more importantly. And everybody else is passing you by. They're like, damn, man, this guy going this place, that place. You puzzle. How's he doing it? Because he let certain things go. He sacrificed certain homes, certain cars, certain businesses. There was a guy that left a multi-million-dollar business to come to Florida. He stayed in New York, in Suffolk County. You know about that, Junior, in New York. Suffolk County is one of the multi-millionaire billionaires places. He let all that go to move to Florida to start his life all over again with his family. Because his wife realized everything going on up there, the lawlessness. He waited on her. He said, man, I not wait on her. I would have had 5 businesses in Florida right now. But he was loyal to us. He to a point, guys, we listen to our women, but there's a time that you got to put your respective throne and say, look, this is not going to work for us in the long haul. I'm ready to go. You might have to leave her behind to go to your journey. Some men do that that's married. Some of them leave and go somewhere else to get their thoughts cleared to better their future. You might have to do that. I had to do that. I couldn't do that if I was going to be stagnant. That's all I'm gonna say for now. Go ahead, fellas.
Now, I was gonna say, salute to Rollo for also talking about other countries and stuff like that too. Like me personally, I would say us as melanated people, we need to look into Africa. Excuse the noise in the background, because it's like I know a lot of people in Africa. I talk to them every week and stuff like that. And it's I would say like get to know the people first, see where you fit in, and try to get some land, try to get something going. You're like you just do your education first, and be when you say, all right, cool, all right, it's time for me to go in. It's time for me to go on. Me personally, how it's happened for me right now. I got farmland in Africa, and stuff is already planted on it. I might be a little bit broke right now, but in the next couple of months, it's not going to be like that. Like I want to be cash flowing from here and Africa. You know what I'm saying?
All
So
praises.
yeah, so it's like you feel me. And what's crazy is I got it through a girl that was introduced to me by a dude when I was in Georgina. Now I don't even talk to the dude no more, and I still talk to the girl. You know what I'm saying? It was her birthright. It's that she knew she couldn't do nothing with. So I put the money up and I got it, and everything is laid out, worked out. We got workers, labor is cheap. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, like it's a blessing. You feel me? So I think before we even really try to like indulge in these females and stuff like that out here on a serious level, we gotta have some land. We gotta have something going on the back end, like you know, as far as that's concerned. You get me? Like it's this guy from Zimbabwe named Bishop Mapanga, and he say that all the time. Before you worry about the estate between the woman's legs, have your own estate. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, like definitely. I just wanted to mention that because I know Robin was talking about other countries and stuff like that. Seeing different things, and I'm definitely gonna be in Africa for the years out for sure.
Hey, I hope you do go, Junior. I really do. I really do. That you do everything possible to get where you want to be. Because we all got the challenge. We all have challenges to go through right now, and I definitely believe that we're gonna get through it. And 2023, 24, 25, we're gonna be at different levels that we never even thought that we would even be at. Just by from the works that we're gonna put in, and just do everything as much as possible to keep learning, because we're still gonna make mistakes along the way. But hey, you know what I'm saying? For every setback is always gonna be a couple extra steps that you're gonna get. Once you keep getting
That's
into
right.
that, when you keep going, hey, you're gonna be unstoppable. We all are, and that's just due to the Most High. Whatever He got set for us, we gonna we're gonna follow that. We got to go to that direction. Every time when He talks to any one of us individually, we're all gonna make a certain decision to be able to make sure that we're gonna put in the work that is we need to, and we're gonna do that for sure.
That's facts. And
100, 100.
just excuse me, this is gonna be my closing statement because I'm starting to lose my voice just a tad. But yeah, man, honestly, we just have to get out of Satan cities. Like I think it's a reason they call New York the Big Apple, and why at least Los Angeles. I've never been there myself. I used to live in NY. It used to be really, really depressing vibe just because it was very little nature. Everything was industrialized. So,
Facts, facts.
you feel me? So like being here like in NC, I'm not really used to feeling the north. Like I feel like cold is like death. Because everything dies whenever the cold comes. So
Facts.
Yeah,
I want to get back, to where the heat is. I was born down south. I want to return. So hopefully, no, most high willing, that'll happen 2023 after. But, I'm praying sooner. Elements are turning up just for the purge, for unwanted beings who don't belong here, glitches in the matrix. The earth does it. It's been recorded in many different religions, many different practices, many different cultures. I mean, way before the Bible was even written, way before Christianity, but they all talk about the same thing: a great cleansing. And that water is considered to be a cleanser. It's supposed to be, um, how should I say, the purifier. So,
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. My
oh, go
bad.
ahead.
Jada Revelator, check your thing. Make sure you got it. Send me an emoji.
I see it. It's in my email. It just popped
Okay,
up on
good.
the.
Just email me so we can do that. Take care of that business for you. All right.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, but honestly, it's just a great cleansing coming. And I feel like once that comes, once Babylon is officially out and done with, which is coming sooner than later, which is, I mean, for us, of course, there's still going to be people who are going to support it and people who are still going to cling on to it, people who were willingly going to give themselves up to the metaverse, which is the ultimate efficient way of draining energy. Your people, like the Matrix said, they want to turn people into batteries, and they didn't really specify exactly what they meant. But I love how they even put it in front of us. I don't know if I played this game called High on Life, but like they literally talk about certain things. I don't know if I could say the actual word, but they're after something. They're after the life force, and you know I'll just say blood is the life force of us. That's what keeps our heart pumping. That's the life force of the planet Earth, planet Heart, whatever you want to call it, man. There's unnatural beings who don't have a heart, and they're spreading hate. We have to fight it with love, but not passive love. How we come right here with these words, how we come with our actions, leading by example. That's what we mean. We have to extinguish that because once we're back in nature, once we're not going by a Gregorian calendar, once we I feel like New Year starts in spring. I want to get to the point where I'm in nature and I have my real natural rhythm with the planet restored instead of going by the Gregorian calendar when the new year starts, which is at the dead of winter. Like the Chinese people got it right for all I care about. I don't got a Chinese calendar. So once I get really back in tune with nature, once we all do, it's gonna be up. Our potential is gonna be unleashed, like y'all said, and that's coming soon, man. It's coming real soon, and I'm excited for it. I'm ready because I'm passing on to my kids. We gonna be Super Saiyans. We all gonna be Super Saiyans out here, man.
Yeah, you mentioned about the shifting of the times and the real New Year and stuff like that. All I'm gonna say is when it's winter in America, it's summer in South Africa. I'm leaving it at that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, it's cold over here, but it ain't bothering me. Sure ain't bothering me. I'm seeing all the nice pizzazz going on. About to get me some nice coffee upstairs, when this lady, she's gonna make my coffee, make sure it's good, some tea. About to get some good food on the other side, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, yo, man, we living over here, man. We definitely living. So we're gonna do closing statement, guys, because I got to do some reports. Got to write my reports to send it to Jacksonville tomorrow. I'm the manager, so like every week I got to go up there and go to a meeting. So I got to take a travel up there tomorrow. So I want to get the paperwork done before I go up there. So each and every person, starting off with Samuel, since he was the last one to come in, he'll be the first one with final assessments. Go ahead, brother.
And man, I just want to say all praises to the Most High, of course, just for us being able to get together and talk. I didn't really get to say anything to Millennium, but shout out to Millennial Jess. All of us doing our thing, staying up, staying positive. That's really what life is about. Just keeping the good vibes up, keeping your heart light, and keeping everything pure. Being innocent as children. And just to say this verse real quick from Luke chapter 17, verse 20. The kingdom of God is within you. So you don't need to look externally for anything on this earth just to validate your faith. You have to really spend time with yourself. Eventually, like I said, once I'm back in nature, really in tune with the planet, I feel like you know I'll really find that. We'll all really find that. Our God. So yeah, man, we're just working closer every day. I'm glad we got to do this. So y'all take it easy, man. Have a good day.
All
Peace.
right, yo, shout out to Millennium Just as well. Shout out to you, man. See you on the next one.
Yes, sir.
All right, Junior, you up next, big bro.
Shout out, professional, well paid to most most definitely. We put us all together on this live. And that's one of the best things, man, people come together and really talk about the reality of life, all that's going on. And I want to thank the brothers, Rollo, Dave Revelation, Sammy, the positive insight he shared, everybody got to get back to the young people. I'm at work too. Um, but yeah, man, we stayed enough. We staying away from the negativity. Even if y'all got like negative family members and all that, like be that light, be that salt of the earth, be that light of the world. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, some people won't get it until it's hellfire. I saw that on Watchmen reports the other day. That's what they're waiting for, the hellfire. So it is what it is, man. We're gonna be great. It's 2023 for sure. Go see something new. Go, talk to somebody new. Get out your comfort zone from there, right? So that's the step. You know what I'm saying? Just like Samuel W. said. So most definitely, man. I appreciate y'all, brothers, and I can't wait for the next one.
Appreciate you coming on, Junior, and see you on the
Appreciate you,
next
bro.
one. And I will be keeping in touch with you. I'm gonna send you the information later on. I got you.
Yeah, I got you. I appreciate you.
All right, Jay the Revelator, you're the last one, man.
All right, man. I also got to say all praises to the Most High. I really, I really and greatly appreciate you having me on your show, man. It's been a pleasure talking to all y'all brothers. So therefore, we can continue to build, and that we can make sure that not only we be hearers and doers of the word, but we got to make sure that we take care of ourselves. We got to do what we got to do as men. We got to keep building. We got to stay on our grind, to stay strong, because faith without works is dead, man. You can't always have faith without the works. That work got to be put in, and I definitely had learned a lot. And whenever I get back on my feet, it's it's on from there.
100. So you got my information, man. You can contact me. We can go from there, man. So let's make it happen, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right, people. So I'm gonna end this live stream. Thank you all for participating in the chat. Ringo, Tasiki, and everybody, came in for the most part. Appreciate the likes and the shares. Until next time, we play the jam. On our way to the jam, motivation jam. Peace out.
Peace.
Take you up there. Peace out, everybody. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. It's better to show you than I could tell you. It's a video going on right now I need to go look at. Premiere video is coming about 1 hour or two. Now I get ready to finish my paperwork. And as you know, the Soonery and Toonery remains at an all-time high. Patreon members and members only, I got a preview for y'all, man. It's gonna be lit. I'm out.